What's going on, man? Facebook, my YouTube world. My name is Aki. Welcome to my page. The apple don't fall from the tree. My page pretty much basically is about the struggles of an individual like myself. What I go through when getting out of prison, the ups and the downs of trying to lead that life alone and vision to a new life. It's a bunch of us out here that a lot of people don't care to talk about. Well, I'm gonna talk about the ups and downs, the struggles, the ins and the outs, the things that we go through every day. I'm a full-time convicted felon. I've been to prison 4 times. I'm not proud of it. So now I'm at the point in my life where I'm trying to change, do something different. Now I work. I work at International Paper. I'm currently on house arrest, so not house arrest, I'm currently on work release. So I'm just out of prison, been 8 months out of prison. So you can just see me in the halfway house whenever I can, because we're not supposed to have a phone in the halfway house. So right now I'm doing it at my residence, down the hall from my residence. This is why I'm doing this first video. It's New Year's Eve. I live in the city of Minneapolis. And I'm trying to show the world something different. The apple don't fall far from the tree. Apple don't fall far from the tree. The reason why I named it that is because it doesn't. I grew up in Detroit. Mom was addicted to heroin. All around me, all my family sold heroin, sold drugs, used drugs. So I picked up on that. But in the course of that, I've also always tried to get away from the hustle game. I taught myself how to be one of the top graphic designers in the Twin Cities, one of the top business minds. I didn't help start nonprofits. I didn't had my own business, IT experience that I've had for many years. I've had my own clothing designs. I did, like I said, videos on my old YouTube page, Aki Malik. I got over 70-something videos on there where I've helped create content creators. You know what I mean? I didn't have my own TV show. I didn't do it all. Now I'm just gonna talk about what I'm doing, how I'm getting through being an ex-inmate, an ex-prison, ex-felon, and the struggles of my daily life, So I wanted to start it now while I'm in the halfway house, so I can show y'all what I go through, or at least I'm gonna stick and try to show y'all what I go through. And being in the halfway house, catching the bus every day to work, going to work, trying to keep my, my focus on that, dealing with family, loved ones, and relationships, and trying to just, what goes on, the trust you got to rebuild with people, and the things you got to go through with people, trying to get people to see that you're on something different, something positive, the stuff that you have to go through. And this is what my page pretty much gonna be about. I'm gonna tell stories. Like I said, I've been locked up 4 times. I didn't work for in my life. I didn't work for labels like Divine Meal, where I was working with KG from 90 by Nature. I have superstar producers I didn't produce and managed. I didn't have artists that had been under me and managed under. Like I said, I didn't create clothing lines for some of the myself and others. Like I said, I'm an artist, so I draw, paint, do all that stuff. I do video, edit, manage, promote. Like I said, I have my own businesses, from nonprofits to my clothing line. So, but something always brings me back to hustling. If I fail in that, I pick up by what I go from and go from there. And someone always tells me. Oh, it's like I'm like the biggest target to be told on. So instead of me running from talking about what I go through, I'm gonna show the world. I'm gonna talk about it. So this is the beginning. This is the first one. It's on New Year's Eve. So I decided I'm gonna kick it off the day before New Year's and show the world what I really go through. Or what we go through. It's not just me, it's a bunch of us that go through it. If I can, I'm gonna tell the stories of others at the same time. But being in prison and getting out and starting over from nothing and starting all over again, And we just talking about financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. You know, I wrote 2 books while I was locked up. I wrote 2 fiction books. One called Chips and one called The Shelter, that I'm gonna be talking about on this page. You know, promoting those and talking about those. At the same time, I'm gonna talk about my relationships that I'm going through. You know, rebuilding the trust of the people who you love. You know, being a cheater, which I was for years. You know, rebuilding that trust, and people, you know, rebuilding that. You know, what you deal with, like, does the embarrassment or my own personal embarrassment, I go through. I go through therapy. I do it all, trying to get my mind back in tune to where so I can be, because you consider a regular person, you know what I mean, in this world, you know, and not always turn to hustling when things get bad, you know. This last, like I said, I've been in prison 4 times. My first time, I was 18 years old when I went, and I was a young D-boy from Detroit with that pack up here moving it. You know what I mean? That was my thing. You know, not to glorify it. That's not what this is. To glorify wrong or glorify that life. I just want to tell what entails it and what we go through. You know. I got 10 years later, I got arrested again. First bit was for first degree assault, attempted murder. I did 7.5 years. I got out and stayed out for 10 years. I was doing some of the right things, you know what I mean? But when times got hard, I went back to what I knew best, which was some hustling, which got me caught up. I ended up getting caught up for a drug offense then, and a pistol. I went to boot camp, got out, was out 8 years, caught another case, drugs, pistol. Went back to prison for another 3 years. Then this time I was out for 8 years. I fought the case for 5 years, was on house arrest for 2 years. That's when I had my shop opened up, did all type of stuff. And then I ended up getting 36 months. You know what I'm saying? I did 15 months in and got out on work release, had 11 months of work release, and I'm almost at the tail end of my work release. So I want to show what we go through, and I want to let people see what we go through in the day to day. You know, it's a struggle. It's hard. You know what I mean? Like, people be like, oh, you gotta, like, right now I got a good job, I make like $21 an hour, soon making like 24. People be like, oh, that's good money. To me, I see my check, I don't feel that way. I be like, man, I gotta manage and budget this to where I'm used to just making money and spending how I want and go get another side career up, go, you know, spend, do what and just keep doing that. Like, I'm used to that. You know, I'm not used to like budgeting the money. I'm not used to having, now I got a license. I ain't never had a license since I was age of 18, 16, before I went to prison. Like, so now I'm legal. Trying to do things legal. I don't even have a car yet. I catch the bus. And I have to humble myself to even do that, because being in the halfway house, we're not supposed to have cars without their permission. So, and I'm trying to manage the fact of not hustling and going. I can go ahead and move real quick and have enough money to give me a car, but I'm trying to save up my checks and do that. You know what I mean? That's something I'm not used to doing. I'm not used to not having what I want when I want it. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with having a roommate, a younger roommate who look at me different. You know, people look at me as positive. I don't think that way all the time, though. But people say, you know, I have some of the best advice. I do some of the best. You know, I'm some of the good mentor. But I don't feel that way about myself. Like, the stuff that people feel about me, I don't feel that way about myself. You know, I feel like all the stuff that I've done a lot in my life that people, you know, people say it's an achievement, but I don't see it that way. I look at it like I haven't done shit yet, because I haven't achieved in my mind what I want to be and that's how I see myself. So it's like, how do a person shake the stigma of prison? You know what I mean? It's like one of my good partners of mine, KB, in Minneapolis. He said one time we need to lobby, lobby for ourselves in the Congress, because it's a lot that we need as people coming out of prison that we need to have in order for us to be citizens again. You know, so especially some of my brothers that did long bits. You know, I got brothers that did years, you know what I mean? So my little time I've done, add it all up, probably adds up to probably like 10 years of my life in the system, you know what I mean? Maybe a little bit more than that, probably 11 or 12 years in the system, you know? But how and I'm gonna talk about me being on parole, me being on probation, me being, you know, me dealing with the halfway house people, you know, like right now they trying to put me on house arrest, and I'll find that out soon, you know what I'm saying, within the next couple of days if they're gonna put me, if I get to go home on house arrest, you know. So it's a lot of struggles, dealing with society, like being at work, dealing with average people, you know what I mean, like some of their views and how I feel I'm getting treated at work, you know, like I look at myself as a boss, but being at work, I gotta work under somebody else and I feel like I'm being mistreated, you know what I mean? But I can't just up and quit. I need the money. At the same time, I'm in a halfway house, so I can't just leave, you know what I mean? I can't just leave the job, so I have to bear with it, bear through it, you know what I mean? And deal with that, you know, dealing with wanting to smoke weed. I love weed, you know what I mean? But it ain't something I can do because I'm getting UA, so I'm clean, you know what I mean? How do I feel being clean and sober, you know what I'm saying? All these struggles that we go through, all these things that we go through as men of bondage, you know. Some of us get out after so long and fall right back into the traps, and people don't understand like why. Because hustling is an addiction within itself. It's an addiction. It's hard to get away from something that you do, you know what I mean, and you do well, you know what I mean. I didn't help other people create lives from my hustle, you know what I mean. So it's like, do I feel that people owe me? No, I don't feel like nobody owe me nothing, because everybody get what they get out of this, you know what I mean. I just want to talk about it now. I want to talk about the stories that made me Aki. I want to talk about the struggles that make me Aki. I want to talk about the time that I spent behind bars. I want to get it. It's therapeutic to get it out. So I want to get it out and share it to the world, and just maybe I'll be helping somebody else figure out how to break this stigma that, you know, black men is not good for nothing but hustling, and which we all know that's false, a false narrative. But at the same time, it's something that we have to learn how to grow from. It's a new growth period. I want to share with the world as I grow to be this new man. You know, I'm not saying I'm being a goody two shoes and be all, you know, I think I'm better than none of that. No, I want to share my growth and share my struggles of becoming a ex-hustler and an ex-prisoner. You know, my last prison bit, I was a transition clerk at MSU, Minnesota Minimum Security Stillwater Unit, and my boss, his name was Tom Schoolcraft. And he was a good dude, man. He was an ex inmate from Boston. He did time and got out and changed his life. And he dedicated his life to helping cats in prison, you know what I mean, get out, get jobs, or get the resources they need to help them. And we used to sit down and have some real serious talks. And them talks was good, because what it did was, it opened my eyes to like, man, look at this man. He's back in prison. He working inside of a prison, and he used to be in prison. You know what I mean? He told me it's therapeutic for him. It always keeps him aware of what he could be and where he could go. So this is what I want to do with this channel. You know, the apple don't fall from the tree. I want everybody to subscribe to my YouTube page. It's brand new. I'm just starting it up, and I want y'all to walk this journey with me and take this trip with me. And see my ups, my downs, I'm not gonna sit here and show shit that's good. I'm not gonna sit here and show shit that's bad. I'm gonna show everything that I go through as a man trying to get away from being in prison. I'm trying to do something good that might help somebody else, as well as helping myself by getting it out. I'm gonna tell stories. I'm gonna show stuff that what I can. I'm gonna document. I'm gonna talk about my past, talk about my future. I'm gonna do it all. I just want you guys to tune in and check it out. Let me know what you think. You know what I mean? Because it's a struggle, it's a journey, but it is my journey. Right now it's New Year's Eve, and usually back in the day, New Year's Eve I'll be trying to get some money. This the money day. This the day where all you can make all the money on today. This is like the dope man's Christmas. Straight up, like this the day you get loose. But I'm here talking to y'all for a reason, you know. I gotta go back in the halfway house soon. It's 10:30. I gotta be back in there soon. But in the next half hour to an hour, I gotta be back, go back and live in a confined area that I don't even want to, but it's better than being in prison. You know what I mean? It's a halfway house, you know what I'm saying? Work with these programs. The purpose of me to get out and work and build myself, you know what I mean? That's what the DOC purpose is, but it still is irritating because it's like I've been there like 9 months now and I'm tired of being there. I'm ready to wake up in my own bed and get up and fix me an egg and turkey bacon sandwich if I want to. I ain't gotta eat their food or, you know, eat how, you know, be how they want me to be, but still it's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta call everywhere you go. Say if I leave, once I leave there, once I get to my boy, I gotta call. Once I leave there, I gotta call. I get UA breathalyzer when I come back. You're not allowed to go nowhere without their permission. So a lot of times I'm sneaking and doing stuff, going places, doing stuff, going to the mall. You ain't supposed to be going to the mall. I'm going to the mall. You know what I mean? I'm going. So, you know, little stuff like that, you gotta be, you know, careful of, because they can, if they feel like it, they can send you back. You know what I mean, for the rest of your time, you know. I had to give up half my paycheck for a while. I had to pay rent, gotta pay rent while you don't work with this. So I had to give up half my paycheck for some months. You know what I mean? I finally now shaking that where I could save me some money on my own. At the same time, I still got kids and family, needs. So, and like I said, because I'm in the halfway house, they don't need, you know what I mean? If I'm out here, then I'm responsible to help, you know what I mean? That's just period. So it's like, these are the things that I have to deal with every day. A younger roommate, which is cool, but no, I'm 49, you know what I mean? So it's like, I've seen a lot, but I try to share a little bit here and there, but if a person don't want to hear it, then it's hard to share stuff that people don't want to hear. And so I get to share I can share this without, I can have that, you know, comment down below what you think, you know what I'm saying? I like that, I encourage that. Share it with others, subscribe to my page. I'm trying to do something different. You know, a lot of people tell me, man, your story, the shit you be talking about, man, you should do that. You should get on YouTube and do that. You know what I'm saying? That's hard. You know what I mean? Like, you should do that because people will listen to that. People want to listen to that. So I decided to start it today. I've been scared. I've always been behind the camera. I've always filmed other people. I always did that, and I was always been a man behind the camera because I didn't want to be seen. Because that was the hustler in me, you know what I mean? Real hustlers don't want to be seen, you know what I mean? They want to get the money and stay low, you know. They don't want to be seen. That's a real hustler, you know. Not these new age hustlers that want to be all on the gram and everywhere, flashing their money, showing everything. That's not cool, you know what I mean? But hey, to each their own. But me, I always wanted to be behind the scenes and low key. Even when I was used to work, I work in the community. I didn't work in the community. I'm gonna tell all these stories. I worked in the community one time to where I got 600 jobs, and to get out the vote, knock on the door. It was getting paid that day. That's come from me knowing people that wanted me, knew how to get people to get in. I done been a campaign manager for Mary Gaines when she ran for office 58B. I was her campaign manager. We was this close to winning. You know what I'm saying? I didn't work with Divine Mills, KG for Nothing by Nature. So I didn't work around superstars. I did a lot of stuff. I didn't work with some of the biggest creators that we have. You know what I mean? So all these stories I'm gonna tell, and as I show you guys what I transitioned from being an inmate to being a citizen. So check this out. This is the first video. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. Share it. Let people know. Look what I keep doing. You know what I'm saying? But this the apple don't fall far for the tree. Episode 1, the beginning. Peace.